Hello and welcome to Week in One. I'm Ben Said. In the next half hour, I'll take you through the top stories of the news week. And of course, the Oscar Pistorius sentencing is the country's most talked about story. On Tuesday, the Paralympian received 5 years in jail for killing his model girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. Pistorius' family says he wants to repay his debt to society. However, the Blade Runner may serve less than a year behind bars.
Oscar Pistorius' final moments as a free man. 20 months after the death of Riva Steenkamp, it's all come down to this.
Mr. Pistorius, please rise. The following is what I consider to be a sentence that is fair and just both to society and to the accused. Count 1. Culpable homicide. The sentence imposed is a maximum imprisonment of 5 years.
The athlete also received a 3-year suspended sentence for firing a gun at Tasha's restaurant last year.
The loss of life cannot be reversed. Nothing I say or do today can reverse what happened to the deceased and to her family. Hopefully, this judgment on sentence shall provide some sort of closure.
The Steenkamps have accepted the court's decision.
Satisfied. Yeah, that's right.
Barry, how are you feeling?
Fine, thank you.
Barry, do you think this was adequate?
We're satisfied, Nalini.
Where are you going to go now? Is it time to go home?
Time to go home.
Do you think there's a sense of closure now?
We hope so, yes.
In terms of the law, the athlete will become eligible for release on parole after 10 months in jail. He'll then qualify to be placed under house arrest. But the state remains unhappy with Judge Masipa's decision to acquit Pistorius of murder and is now considering its options.
So at this point, the decision whether to appeal or not has not been taken, but hopefully they will be able to do so within 14 days.
And so a new chapter begins in Oscar Pistorius' life. The athlete, once revered for his astonishing accomplishments on the track, will now be spending his days in a jail cell. Pagamile Shubi, Pretoria.
Pistorius' uncle addressed the media shortly after sentencing.
Oscar will embrace this opportunity to pay back to society. I appeal to all of you as the media to accept the ruling of the court. After 20 months of relentless public trial, I would ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the media, to let us move forward in this process and give us some degree of dignity, privacy as we do so. As a last word, I want to say something as an uncle. I hope Oscar will start his own healing process as he walks down the path of restoration.
Was the sentence fair or not? It's a question that got South Africa talking. For family and friends close to the trial, there is now a chance of closure.
Just outside the courtroom, Riva Steenkamp's mother, June, is talking to Patricia Taylor, the mother of Pistorius' ex-girlfriend.
I think that for both of us it's been very healing and there's been quite a lot of closure, and we're definitely going to stay in touch with each other.
Samantha Taylor only began attending the trial recently, but says she feels a connection to her former lover's dead girlfriend.
I think Riva and I experienced a lot of the same things in our relationship with Oscar, and I think a lot of people have speculated that I shouldn't, be with the family supporting her, but I think at the end of the day I need to try and support Riva.
Young Kayla Nolan has been in court every day to support her icon. She says her heart goes out to Pistorius.
In court, I've learned a lot of things about my own disability. Obviously, I'm not, I don't have the same disability as Oscar, but it's been quite heart-wrenching to me because there are things that I can relate to.
The Paralympians' jail sentence certainly wasn't enough to shock the people here. Many are disappointed and believe Judge Masipa was far too lenient.
I think it's unfair. 5 years is too little. Like, I don't get it. Why didn't he get 25 or even more?
The state is encouraging more crime. Because I'll tell you tomorrow, I'll just come out, kill somebody, because I know I'm not going to get more than 5 years sentence.
Whatever people think of Masipa's sentence, for now the athlete's fate is sealed. Narissa Subramani, Pretoria.
The case may have got all of us talking, but Riva Steenkamp's parents have said very little over the past 20 months. They've signed contracts which tie them to foreign media, but a close family friend of the Steenkamps says Pistorius paid a small price for Riva's death.
Apart from it being a little girl that I held in my arms, who put her little hands into my heart and held me all her life. It's a life. And to get 5 years, that's not worth it.
Cynthia Brugner knew Riva when she was a little girl. Although now living in Australia, Brugner keeps in touch with the Steenkamps. She's still grappling with the family's terrible loss.
She was like one of my children. I can remember this little one saying to me, when I get big, I'm going to be a lawyer because then I can work anywhere. She is gone from our family. She has gone from our environment. She's gone. And the world is going to be such a sadder place without Riva. Riva had a heart of gold.
Brugner has a special message for the Steenkamp family in the wake of the sentencing.
June and Barry, as always, you're still in my heart. You'll always be in my heart. And please stay strong, because I'm going to stay strong and my prayers are with you.
Perhaps now they finally have the chance to bring some closure to this devastating chapter of their lives.
The night before Pistorius' sentence, his siblings, Emma and Carl, gave Karen Morn a South African exclusive. The siblings showed a united front for their brother and spoke of what the sentence might bring. But his sister, Emma, also paid tribute to Riva and voiced her concern for the Steenkamp family.
It's an impossible situation, and, you know, we could never understand or even attempt to comprehend what they're going through, but it's important for us that they know that she was very much cared for and loved and accepted as part of our family in the short time that she was with us. And if you knew Riva, you know, you didn't need to know her for very long for it to just creep into your heart and really just, she had a wonderful charisma and zest for life that she just exuded, and it was easy to just fall in love with her.
I know particularly she had an amazing bond with you, and when you go through her old Twitter timeline, she's constantly joking and interplaying with you. So how have you coped with her loss in the environment, you know, which is obviously, as you said, very polarized?
You know, it's a very difficult question, because I feel that it's selfish to make it of my loss when, you know, it's obviously her family and friends who she knew for years have lost so much. But at the same time, there is a loss and a hurt that she's no longer here.
There may yet be another chapter in this trial, of course. While the defence team has made it clear they will not be appealing, the state is still considering the option of appealing the conviction on a point of law. They have 14 days from the sentence date to decide. Weekend One is back in a minute with a look at the midterm budget.